Strange Magic, written by Suzana Thompson, narrated by Sarah Sampino. Chapter 6. Just think about the possibilities. Every time you get bored in class, you can just go kiss Duncan. Caitlin couldn't stop marveling over this new development. I was beginning to regret telling her about the trick Duncan had pulled on me yesterday. I wouldn't really be kissing him. You said it felt real. It's way better than daydreaming, and it's not like he minds. No, I said. He was just messing with me. Because he likes you. He has a girlfriend, I reminded her. Now Caitlin looked uncomfortable. Normally, I wouldn't agree with going after another girl's guy, but you two belong together. No, I said with finality. We don't. He accused me of throwing myself at him when I did no such thing. I already decided to forget about him even before Brad asked me out. That's actually a great idea, Caitlin said. Make him jealous. Caitlin, I said in frustration. Get it through your head. This is not about Duncan. Remember how many times you encouraged my impossible crush on Brad? It's finally happening. I thought you would be happy for me. Your plan for changing my image worked. I guess, she said without enthusiasm. It's just that you have so much in common with Duncan. That reminds me. Why didn't you tell me that he lives on my street? Oh yeah, I said. With everything that's been going on, I forgot all about it. I'm telling you, Susie, he's interested in you. Sure, he told me all about California. He says he likes it here better because it's peaceful. Can you believe that? I'm thinking it has more to do with you. He wanted to know all about you. He did. I couldn't help being curious about this. Like what? He asked me how long I've known you. He wanted to know how long I've known about your abilities. We talked about your dream. He was especially interested in your reaction. How you went into shock the first time you saw him. That was okay, right? I mean, he already knew about the dream. That's okay, I said. He saw the dream for himself. Can't get any more embarrassing than that. Susie, you're not looking at this the right way at all, Caitlin began. No, I cut in. I need you to stop this. I'm going out with Brad this weekend. Duncan is dating Mandy. End of story. Okay, Caitlin relented. We'll just see how it all plays out. I left it at that. Things were getting back to normal. No more dreams about Duncan, and no more reading minds. I would focus on school and my date with Brad. I actually paid attention in English class the next day. Cancel your date with Brad. I refused to look at Duncan. I told you to stop talking to me this way. Do you really want the whole class to know your business? I kept my eyes on the teacher. I don't even want you to know my business. He's not appropriate for you, Duncan said. Pick someone else. Now I did look at him. Excuse me? You don't even know him. I know his type, Duncan said. Just like you know my type? I challenged. Make up your mind. Either I'm conniving or I'm not. You're not really interested in him, he said without answering my question. You know, I said, you keep saying that you want me to stay away from you, but when I do, you don't like it. How do you even know about Brad asking me out? Caitlin told me. It's great how you guys have become such good friends, I said with false sweetness. I was really annoyed now. Despite everything I had said, Caitlin still thought that this was some elaborate plan to make Duncan jealous. You can't get from him what you want from me. My cheeks burned. How dare you? Oh, Susannah, Duncan said. As tempting as that thought is, you know that's not what I meant. I have no idea what you mean, and at this point, I don't really care. I'm tired of your cryptic accusations. Look, Suzana, he began. Enough! With the force of my thoughts, I suddenly slammed a barrier between us. I could feel his thoughts fluttering against it like butterflies. With a firm resolve, I turned my attention back to the teacher. When class ended, I left without even glancing at Duncan. At the end of the day, he was waiting for me by my locker. Caitlin said to meet her at her car and made a hasty exit. Since he couldn't get past my barrier, Duncan had to resort to actual speech. So, You don't know how barriers work, do you? You must be one hell of a fast learner. Are you going to admit now that I was right about you all along? No, I said with rising anger. I'm not. I don't know what your problem is. I'm sorry if your ex-girlfriend broke your heart, but that has nothing to do with me. What do you know about my ex-girlfriend? Duncan was almost shouting at me. I know that if you weren't such a jerk, maybe she wouldn't have dumped you. There was a dead silence. He looked as if I had slapped him. Maybe, he said quietly. I tried to probe his mind. Something ugly was seeping out toward me, and I shrank back from it in revulsion. That's right, Suzana, Duncan said. It's none of your business, and you're none of my business. I won't bother you again.